So the DMK now has filed a petition in the Honorable Supreme Court on the 7th of April 2025 challenging the constitutional validity of the Waqf Amendment Act 2025. So far, it was the AIMIM, the Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party that had gone to the Supreme Court. But now even the DMK has gone to the Supreme Court challenging the constitutional validity of the Waqf Amendment Act. It's a very big... Okay, I want to quickly cut across to India Today's Anisha Mathur, who joins us with the latest on this. Anisha, bring us details of the DMK petition and the prayer.
Well, Gaurav, DMK is now the 12th petitioner before the Supreme Court. As of 10 minutes ago, the petition has been filed. Now, all of these petitions, as you were just discussing, the DMK, the AIMIM, the Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, SDPI, IUML, and as well as the All India Muslim Personal Law Board. There is a petition by the Samast Kerala Jamiatul Ulema. There's a petition by the Maulana Arshad Madani, who's the head of the Jamaat Ulema Hind. A lot of petitions have come to the Supreme Court, and effectively what they are arguing is on three main points. First of all, being that this act violates the basic fundamental right of religion of a religious body to manage its own affairs. Secondly, that this is a government overreach into the functions of religious endowments. Thirdly, what they are saying is this is also a government overreach into an individual's right to dispose of their own property or donate their own property as they see fit. With all of these arguments, they are also at the same time the organizations, particularly the Muslim organizations, are saying that this is a deliberate attempt to interfere in the religious functions of Muslims, and this is something that is not there in the similar endowment body laws that are governing other religions. Such as they have tried to compare it with how the temple endowment boards are constituted, with how the Gurdwara committees are constituted. So all in all, they are saying that this is a violation of the Constitution of India, and therefore there should be, this act should not be implemented, that the publication of this act in the official gazette and the implementation of this act should be deferred till the Supreme Court manages to hear the matter. Now, these matters were mentioned in the morning. We'll have to wait and see when the Supreme Court decides to take up this issue. Back to you.
Stay with me on this big story, because apparently the petitioners had sought urgent hearing, and there is no urgent hearing, at least as of now. So stay with me. I also want to bring in Piyush Mishra on this. Piyush, government was confident of numbers both in Lok Sabha and in Rajya Sabha. The president's assent has come, but is there concern with the protests from the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly in the north to DMK filing a petition from Tamil Nadu approaching the Supreme Court? Point one and point two, is the government worried with leaders like PDP's Mehbooba Mufti saying ab to Kabristan par bhi hamara control nahi rahega, or words to that effect?
Well, one thing is clear, Gaurav, that the government is of the view that this bill, which has now become act after the president's assent, is going to give a lot of benefit to the common Muslim, to the poor sort of Muslim community. And that is why we are also seeing as to how multiple programs are also being carried out by the Bharatiya Janata Party across the country, reach out programs to the Muslim community, telling them as to how this is going to benefit this Muslim community. In fact, Minority Morcha of BJP has been carrying out programs since yesterday. In Delhi, they organized. In Agra today, they are organizing, and in various parts of the country, different programs have organized. Government is of the view that I don't do politics on this. We will continue to tell people as to how this is in the benefit of the Muslim community. This is going to...
Okay, I'll come back to you in just a moment. So the government is repeatedly trying to say, like several ministers and BJP MPs said in both houses of parliament, it is for the betterment of Muslims, especially the poor Muslims, the women, the Pasmandas, the Bohras, the Shias. The Sunni Muslims, on the other hand, or at least some of their representatives, say that the government is trying to divide the Muslims and then divide and rule. We'll track all aspects of this story. I want to once again bring in Anisha Mathur. Anisha, the petitioners, and now that 12 petitions have been filed, the petitioners had sought urgent hearing. In such cases, are these petitions combined and then a time set for hearing? And would this then, such a serious matter with the act debated in Parliament, having got the presidential nod, does it go all the way up to the constitutional bench ultimately?
Well, Gaurav, see, the answer to both your questions is actually yes, but with a nuance. Normally, what happens in these kind of petitions with one topic of the petition, of course, as many as petitions are filed, all of them will be heard together. We saw this in the CAA matters where more than 200 petitions have been filed. We saw this in the Article 370 matters where again over 150 petitions were there. So all of, or whether we are seeing it in the Krishna Janmabhoomi, etc. matters, multiple petitions on the same topic are always heard together. Now, we'll have to wait and see when they will be heard, because this morning when the matter was mentioned by Senior Advocate Kapil Sibal, the Chief Justice of India, Justice Sanjeev Khanna, said that he will take a call this afternoon on when to list it. The second question that you've asked regarding the Constitution bench, because this is a nuanced issue, we'll have to see how the court chooses to hear it. They could have a hearing in the regular course of hearing before the regular bench on the issue of of the stay on the implementation, which is one of the prayers that the petitioners have asked for. That they've said that do not implement this act just yet. Hear us out first on the issue of constitutional validity. It is now up to the court to decide whether they will hear the stay issue first. Second point that has been raised in these petitions is with regard to government overreach, the government oversight. That the court could consider sending it to a constitution bench if it thinks that there is a complicated enough legal issue involved. There is already a pending constitution bench which is supposed to hear this issue of government overreach, the court's powers, etc. Remember, this all happened when it came to the temple issues, when it came to the hijab issues, all of those matters, religion and how far can the government interfere, that is supposed to go before a 9-judge bench. Whether the Supreme Court decides that this issue will also have to go there, we'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, we are looking forward to the regular 2-judge or 3-judge bench of the Supreme Court first taking up the matter, deciding on how quickly or to hear it, or whether to send it to a larger bench, whether there will be a stay or not. All of that we'll find out once the Chief Justice takes a decision on when to hear it. Back to you.
Anisha, keep tracking that story. I will come back to you for more.